So, hello. It's wonderful to be with you again today. I'm so happy that you decided to come and share some time with us and share your journey to help other Black women in business understand what the journey is all about, to give some insight, some inspiration. So, we're going to begin with giving you the opportunity to introduce yourself and your business.
Okay, so my name is Rekiesha, and I am the owner of JJL Candle Co. And we are a small business. We started in 2020 of June, actually on my daughter's fourth birthday, we launched. And it was just basically a way for me to bring the two things that I love the most, which are candles and being an African American Black woman in our culture. So I wanted to just kind of bring those two things together because I noticed during that moment, I didn't see a lot of candle brands that basically, focused on us that we could have in our home that represented us
Uh,
on an everyday basis. And so that's why I created JJL Candle Co. We've been going really well for the past 3 years. We've also included other products in our line, such as room sprays, bath salts. We'll be launching our reed diffusers soon. And I'm yeah, actually loving this and the journey that I've taken and where it's going in the future, and just continuing to do what I love and bringing that representation to the world for others.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you shared that what led you to start your business was you wanted to basically infuse two things that you love,
Yes.
and you want to produce something that represented your love of being a Black woman. I
Yes.
think that and we met at the Black Travel Summit in
Yes, we
Miami,
did.
and I purchased one of your products that I have it here, bamboo
Uh-huh.
earrings, room spray. Love it, love it, love it. So I just
Thank
wanted to
you.
highlight that, your products have, names like this:
Yes.
bamboo earrings, room spray. What are some of the other names of some of your scents?
So some other names we have are So Fresh, which pays
Nice.
homage to Outkast and
Uh-huh.
their infamous song. And it's just kind of like a nice, soft, fresh lemon citrus scent. And so I
Uh-huh.
think the name and the scent tied well together, which is something
Right.
that I try to do also, is like I smell the scent and then I try to think of something that represents us that also relates to whatever notes are in the fragrance or what it kind
Right.
of reminds me of.
Right.
Another one we have, as you mentioned, is bamboo earrings, which has a bamboo and coconut scent. And that one I just created because I'm a huge bamboo hoop kind of girl. So I'll wear those like nonstop. So I just
Uh-huh.
wanted to create something that, that could relate to being a Black woman. We love our bamboo earrings.
Yes,
We
yes,
wear them with sweats. We wear them with jeans. We wear them
yes.
to work, to the grocery store, wherever.
Uh-huh.
It's just who we are. And it's been like that since, as far as I can remember, like the 90s,
Yes.
which Mary J kind of like brought it out there. And so that's kind of where I got the whole name from.
Got you, got you.
Another name we have is Brick House. And
Ah.
everybody knows as soon as they see that candle, they go into the song. She's a
Yeah.
brick house. So, I definitely wanted to incorporate that because we are brick house women. We
Uh-huh.
we are that standard that everybody tries to get to. And
Right.
so I just wanted something that represented us in that way.
Got
Another
you.
one I have, and that has mahogany teak wood in it. Sorry, I forgot to, which
Ah,
kind of ties in with the woodsy brick house
right.
scent. Another one we have is Dope AF. And
Uh-huh.
I don't want to curse because I know it's a podcast, but you get the idea
Uh-huh.
of what it means. And that has a nice pineapple sage scent. So it starts
Hmm.
off sweet, and then that sage comes in and gives you that earthy tone and just reminds you that you are dope as No matter what
Uh-huh.
says, you are that person. You are dope.
Right, right.
So that's why I chose that. Another one we have is girlfriend.
Ah,
And that came because I was a huge, well, I still am a huge fan of Joan, Tony, Lynn, Maya, the whole girlfriends era
yes.
in the
Okay.
2000s. And it has a mimosa and mandarin scent. So it reminds you of having brunch with your girls, catching up
Ah,
on a Sunday, just, having that girl time and getting that,
beautiful.
catching up after a while. Another one we have is Miss You Much, which homage to Miss Jackson. Um,
Yes.
and it just has a mango and coconut scent. So it reminds you of maybe like the person who you've been, haven't seen in a while, or that special friend you may have. And it just
Uh-huh.
kind of reminds you, like, oh, I really do miss this person. Let me call them up and see what they're doing, or her,
Right,
here,
right.
whichever, how that goes.
You know what I love
Another,
about what I'm loving about as you're going through your sense is that you didn't just take typical floral scents. You didn't just make like a lavender or
yeah,
these different scents. You truly put a thought process into the culture when you created these, right?
thank you.
So we can feel like they are really made for us. It's just not a Black woman who's making a rose scented, line and
Hmm.
calling it something else. You intentionally put different scents in here and you connected it to our life and our living and our experiences, which makes it that much more special. It's not just something that's called bamboo earrings, but it has a whole history and a living behind it, a feeling to it. That's what I
Thank
like. It
you.
gives you a feeling, it has an essence to it, which is
Thank
more,
you.
which is more than just buying something with a particular scent. It
Yeah,
does really connect with who we are as Black women, as no other
thank
brand
you.
does. So I think that's great that you took the time to do that and not just say I'm just a Black woman making candles for us, but I'm making them intentionally for us. I'm making them represent what we've have experienced, what we're still experiencing, the things we love. And I'm tying these scents into that because um, I don't know, I'm sure you do know about aromatherapy, how it helps you mentally, not
Yes.
just, the scent hitting your nose, but it also helps your mental and your spirit energy. So
Yep.
these are so intentional that, you put these, you spray this or you light this up in your house and it gives you a feeling from that energy of all the creativity you put into it. So I just, I would just things were just popping up as you explained, and it has this in it, it's for that, and this is why I did, and it's like, oh wow, that
Thank
is
you.
that is very impressive. So I
Thank
appreciate that,
you.
sis. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Um, Two more I'll go through. You also have One Love. So, I mean, everyone knows
Yes,
Bob Marley,
Bob
rest in
Marley.
peace. So
Yeah.
the scent that it has takes you to like laying on the beach in Jamaica, sipping your Mai
Ah,
Tais or
ah,
your Bahama Mamas or whatever your
yeah.
fruity,
Coconut water.
yes, whatever your fruity drink preference is, it kind of gives you that feeling as you're
Wow.
lighting it.
Okay.
And if you've never been to Jamaica, you kind of like get that sense of what it would be to be in Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
So that's where I was wanting to go with that. Our other one is Poetic Justice, which pays
Ah,
tribute to Lucky and Justice's love story of
uh-huh.
how they got together, and it has like that nice woodsy, earthy scent because they were both like down to earth. They told how
Right.
they felt. There was no filters around it, so I just wanted to give you that down to earth, nice earthy tone for those who like it. Our next one is um, Tall, Dark, and Sexy. This one is a
Ah,
favorite among ladies. It has
uh-huh.
like a nice cedar musk, with a little bit
Mm.
of lavender. So it gives you that nice, strong chocolate. Just got
Uh-huh.
out the shower, getting ready to go
Ah.
out with his boys, and you're kind of like, wait a minute, don't go, wait a minute, go, you can't go. It gives you that scent. Like you
Ah,
have someone in there, but you don't necessarily. So if
gotcha.
he's gone on a business trip or if he's
Uh-huh.
out with his boys, you can light it. It'll give you a little memory of him while he's out for those couple hours. And then when he gets home, whatever you do is your business. I have no control over that. Just giving that warning out.
Gotcha.
And then our last one is We Gonna Be All Right. And this one I
Ah,
really wanted to create, during the time of the whole Black Lives Matter, and they were like not really understanding where we were coming from. They still don't, but
right.
I just wanted to create something that gave you that sense of being a strong person who can get through anything, no matter what comes our way. We're gonna be all right, no matter what, because we are strong, resilient culture as a Black women, men, and just wanted to like kind of put that in the candle. So
Okay. Nice, nice. I love that. Thank you so
thank
much for
you.
sharing those and going into the intention behind them. I think that's very valuable for
Thank
our
you.
listeners. So when you started your business, I want to talk a little bit about your process in getting started. Um, did you develop a business plan? Did you do research? Did you go through a workshop or did you just hit the ground running? What was your
So,
process?
so I went to YouTube University
Okay.
that everybody knows about. And I
Yes.
literally just like watched videos. I basically got, okay, what do I need to start this? The different waxes I could choose from. How do you get your measurements between the wax and fragrance oil ratio? What wick should you choose? How do you choose your wick? What
Ah,
vessels should you use? Which works best with this wax? Which doesn't work as well with this one? So it's a
ah,
lot of testing that I did, but I really went to YouTube University. Like I
okay.
didn't have a business plan. I really didn't know how to start a business. I was just like, let me just try something and see where it goes.
Uh-huh.
So I literally just was like, okay, I'm sitting in bed, thought came in my head, okay, let's see what YouTube has. Google how to make a candle.
Uh-huh.
Then I Google and then I started following Facebook groups also of candle makers just to
Uh-huh.
get like what candle companies are best, like that
Mm-hmm.
sell the wax you need or the fragrance oil, or
Right.
who's the best supplier you should go to, which supplier is
Right.
not so good.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like buying from different suppliers, like 1 ounce bottles, just to see what fragrance company worked best for what I was looking for.
Got you.
And then that just like trial and error, basically. It's like a
Okay.
test. Once I did get the ratio I needed and the wick that gave me the scent I wanted, I was like, okay, let me try another candle with a different fragrance oil and see how that works and see if it actually
Ah,
is the correct measurements I need for different oils and not just this one oil.
got you.
So, and I still test like to this day, different waxes I may want. Any new fragrance oils I come across, I still test them to make sure it works with the wax that I am using
Mm-hmm.
and the wick that I'm using because I don't want to change what I have just for this one
Right.
fragrance oil. I'd rather
Right.
find a different fragrance oil than to change up my whole
Got you.
production.
Got you. What would
So
you
yeah.
say your testing, the timing of your testing process from when you first started doing YouTube University and getting on Facebook to when you finally felt like, okay, this works? What was that time frame like for you?
So I started in March and I'd probably say about May
Okay,
is when I finally found what worked for me
got you.
for the
Mm-hmm.
vessels that I started with. And then that's when I got in like go mode, like coming up with names and making
Right,
sure the packaging was right and the label and the logo I wanted, the colors I wanted.
right.
And so about 2 months. And
Okay,
let me just say, whatever just because you started out with that doesn't mean you're going to end up with what you started with. I
right.
changed like 3 times. My
Okay.
colors, my vessels, my wax. And so now I'm at a point where I love what I have.
Okay.
And so now that I want to call like I don't know, like a baby phase kind
Uh-huh.
of is out.
Right.
Now I can focus on adding additional products or
Got
adding
you.
additional candles and scents and stuff because I
Got you.
finally found what works for me.
Right, right.
So yeah,
I think,
so
and that's very important. I'm glad you mentioned that because I think one of the great strengths that a business owner can have is being able and being flexible to pivot, to not think that I started here and if I change, then, is that a negative? Does that mean I didn't know what I was doing? It means that you grew through your process
yep,
and you see something better or you learn something more. And so now you decide to pivot. So from the time you started to where you are, where you arrived, where you decide, okay, this is it. What was that time frame like? Was that recently or
yes, I would
okay?
say the new tins that I have now, I finalized. I want to say early mid this year
Okay.
is when I finalized what
Got
I
you.
actually like.
Got
And I
you.
did it because for one, it was a bigger size.
Mm-hmm.
For two, the look was more of what I was going for, which is like
Mm,
minimalist, but still, can go with any decor.
right.
And it also allowed me to have a matching, like the whole candle matches from lid to 10. Like it's
Got you.
one full complete set. It's not like the vessel here and then the different lid. It all flows together when it's closed. So
Got it.
have it like closed and you're not burning. It's a nice, sleek, minimal look
Got it.
that it
Got it.
goes. And I literally just changed my labels like 3 months ago.
Okay.
The
Okay.
font.
Okay.
Make it more like I want it to go from more like a sleek, this could be in the store look.
Uh-huh.
And what I had, I felt like, it's nice, but it's not retail presentable, like in a gift shop or somewhere like that. So that's
Got
why I
you.
changed my label. So, like I said, it's a changing process.
Wonderful.
And I have gotten to where I'm like, okay, this works. This is what I
Right. Got you. I love that. I love that. So, what would you say are one of the top problems you have come across or challenges you've come across in keeping your business going?
not stopping when sales are slow, when you
Uh-huh.
have that slow period where it's like you don't hear that cha-ching on your phone.
Right. Right.
You don't hear that for like weeks at a time.
Mm,
That's been like a challenge, is like getting that negative Nancy out of your head that keeps popping up. That's like, oh, okay, nobody likes this. So, okay, I'm
uh-huh.
starting to dwindle. Maybe I'm
Uh-huh.
not on the mind of people anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I shouldn't be doing this anymore.
Ah.
Maybe this is my sign of like stopping, and also not comparing the people I follow with
Yes.
where I am. Like I have
Yeah.
to learn that. Like just because they're here
Right.
doesn't mean I need to stop. It just means I need to keep going so I can get there.
Right.
So that's been like a huge thing. And I have had moments when I've been like, okay, let me just stop. I don't want to
Uh-huh.
post today.
Uh-huh.
Eh. And then I'm like, no, let me get out of that
Right.
mindset.
Right.
So
Thank you
yeah,
for
that's
sharing
been a
that.
big
Yeah.
that's been a big thing.
Yes, because we
And
all
not
have that.
yes, and not thinking like, oh, it's been 3 years. I should have seen something by now. I should have had my location by now. I should have
Right.
been in multiple gift shops by now. People should have
Right.
contacted me by now. I'm posting all this, asking, telling people, hey, we can do wholesale, this, that, and nobody's, responding. So that's like been my big thing. So
Right.
self-talk has helped a lot of me
Okay.
saying, it's not your season, it's not your time. Keep going. Look how far you've come from that to 2020 to now, just keep going.
Got it.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
that's a huge
Okay.
challenge.
And is that your primary remedy for that negative Nancy? Just to positive talking to yourself, affirmations to get yourself
Yes,
back going? Okay.
because when I do get in that mode, then I'm like, then I hear that cha-ching, and it's like a reminder of like, oh, okay, so I am still relevant, and I have to remember, summer and spring is like a slow season.
Mm,
It's not going to be as busy as you think. It's more so like the holiday season is where, it picks up and you get to get out
right.
there more. And like everybody has a slow season.
Right. Right.
So,
Got you.
and in candle making, our slow season is like spring, summer, because everybody's out vacationing. Nobody's really home, like
Right.
shopping or burning candles like that. So I kind of like, when that time comes, I'm like, okay, this is my slow season for us. I got to
Got
remember
you.
that. Next quarter, I got to, keep going. Holidays coming, this,
Right.
that, keep going. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So when you think about what your perfect target market is or who your perfect customer is, how would you describe your perfect customer or your target market?
So, my target market is Black women between the age of 35 to maybe like 54-ish, 55-ish.
Okay.
And that's based on like what I've seen as far as like social media and the people that purchase from me. That's been my main target. I do have some men who like to shop from us. Um,
Okay.
but I think it's like more so for like their wife or
Right.
their
Gifts.
significant
Yeah.
other. Yeah. But
Uh-huh.
it's majority Black women between the age of 35 to 54, 55-ish. Could be like 60-ish. And it's just people who love celebrating who they are,
Got you. Got you.
basically.
And so
And I
how do
have
you
some Caucasian customers as
uh-huh.
well, which I appreciate them so much because
Mm-hmm.
it makes me feel like, okay, this brand can reach beyond us as a
Mm-hmm.
Black culture.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. And how do you market to? What's your primary means of marketing to your target market?
So my primary means is a lot of my social media, mostly Instagram. I
Okay.
do some ads on like Facebook as well. And
Okay.
then just going out to like events,
Okay.
just getting out there, meeting the people so they can actually smell our products and they can
Mm,
see what we have to offer. And yeah, so those are basically like my main ways of advertising, getting out there.
okay. What would you say the toughest thing about pitching your business is?
Actually talking.
Oh, you don't have a problem with talking.
Believe it or not, I am an introvert. So when I started, it was like very hard for me to actually say, hello, would you like to come over? Or would you like to see what we have? Or come on over. Like that was very
Right.
hard for me in the
Okay.
beginning.
Uh-huh.
So from having these pop-ups that I've been doing these years has really helped me to like branch out and actually talk at pop-ups. Now,
Right.
mind you, there are some moments when I'm like, hello. And then if they like walk by, I'm like, okay, next person. So I do have those moments, but once they come, like that's when I open up. Like for me to actually talk now is like completely different from what I'm used to doing. So I
Yes.
think it's the years and the practice and actually having that experience is what
Right.
allows me to actually keep talking. Like I don't
Right.
usually talk this much.
Right.
So this is very
Right.
surprising to me. So
Well, I
yeah,
can tell it's something that you're passionate about. I think that passion, when that passion turns on at us, it has a speed of its own. It just
yeah,
keeps, it keeps us going. It has an energy of its own that
yes,
keeps us going beyond what we usually would. So your passion has turned on, and that's why it's just flowing for you. I recall when I met you at the Black Travel Summit, how you were telling me about, all the different things and the different scents you had. And it was like, it just flowed effortlessly. I would never think, this person ever has any issue speaking to the public because you were talking about, your babies, and it was like, oh, this does this and this does, and try this scent over here. And, I was like, that's why I bought something, because everything you were explaining to me sounded so in tune with who I was,
Thank
the way you
you.
explained it and you pointed out, and then I saw the names of your items. So yeah, you made me feel really in tune with what you had created.
Look,
So
I turn into my husband when I'm at pop-ups, and he turns into me.
I
He's the
was going to
quiet.
say that. I was going to say because he was quiet, and I asked him a couple of questions. He was like,
He's the quiet one, and when it comes to talking about the brand, he
uh-huh.
gets very like.
Yeah, he
I
was
think
like,
he doesn't do it as much. So whenever
yeah,
we go, he's like talking. I'll just bag the stuff up.
right, right,
So yeah, but besides that, outside of JJL Candle Co,
right.
he's the
He's
talk. He's the one that'll go up to talk to people, hold a conversation, and I'm the one that sits there and just like
yeah.
observe. So yeah,
Got you. But I find that a lot in Black women entrepreneurs, business owners, is that, like we said earlier, when you're passionate about something, then that part of you comes out because it's an energy that's coming
yep,
out. Where normally in just everyday things, it's not, you don't have that passionate energy. So it shows that. I think that's one of the key reasons why we do things that we really have a love for,
yep,
because then that's an easier expression than doing something that we're not connected to at all. So
exactly.
most of the times when a Black woman starts a business, it's something she's connected to, you know intimately, which
Yep,
allows the business to flourish and keep going.
that is so true.
So in funding your business, what was your process for funding your business in the beginning? Was it all personally funded? Did you get funds from family? Was it from financial institutions, or how was that process?
It was all personally funded and still personally funded.
Okay.
So I started with my own funds. I actually took like out of my savings that I had,
Mm-hmm.
and I just kind of like put it into the business, buying materials that I needed to start off with, um, just buying like little promotional stuff, like thank you cards, and just any and everything I needed for
Okay.
the business, fragrance oils, waxes, vessels, pop-up stuff that I would need, like tables, tablecloths, just any and everything I needed to start off
Okay.
with. Funding Facebook ads to kind of get me out of there. So I used that, and I still use those till this day
Okay.
to fund my business. Now I
Okay.
do want to try grants, but then I get them. Like I've applied for some, and like I haven't gotten them. Like they send you the thank you for applying. We went
Right.
with someone else.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll try
Thank you.
again,
Uh-huh.
but I can't wait on the grants. I
Right.
gotta keep going. So
Mm-hmm.
every piece of every order that I do, that money goes back into my business. So
Reinvested.
I know people think, oh, I'm gonna make all this money my second year, my first year. No. And if you
No.
do, you were highly blessed in that area, because
Uh-huh.
that's not reality
Mm-hmm.
in
Got you.
business.
Got you.
You don't start paying yourself for a while, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not your first or second year in my experience.
Got you.
So
Got you.
just
So
want to let
that's
people
something,
know.
right. Be prepared. Be
Yes,
prepared to reinvest in your business. And
exactly.
the grant process is not always, going to come through.
Nope.
So to your point, you can't wait for that you have to keep going. So have to
Yes.
be prepared to keep going. Do you have any entrepreneurs in your family or any business mentors?
In my immediate family,
Mm,
no, I don't. I'm the first to actually start my own business.
okay.
On my husband's side, like he has his cousin, his aunt, like they've had their businesses for a few years. But on my side of the family, I'm the first to
Okay.
have my own business.
Okay. And do you have anyone who mentors you in your business that you can go to for advice or information, or are you just out there doing it?
For the most part, I'm out there doing it. I don't have like a actual mentor who I talk to. I do have some, I call them business sisters,
Okay.
who I met actually on like social media,
Uh-huh.
and we're constantly inboxing each other. Or if like
Good.
I have a business sister who actually does candles too in North Florida, Tallahassee, and her and
Okay.
I are always like messaging back and forth. Like if
Ah.
she posts something that I like, I'll say, "Oh, where'd you get that from?" Or
Ah.
if I post something that she's never seen or like, she's like, "Oh, I like that," or I'll share like ideas that'll help her as far as like creating posts, where to create them, what to use, what tools to use that'll make it easier. Because
Uh-huh.
she's like me, we do the majority of everything ourselves.
Got you.
So we like share tips and ideas from each other. And I have another one in North Carolina. She does customizations like tumblers and shirts and things like that.
Okay.
And I like met her in like a business chat
Uh-huh.
like 3 years ago. We started at the same time. And then after that, we kind of like had our own little chat. So
Uh-huh.
like if I see ideas that I think would be cute for her, I'll send them to her, or like vice versa. Or if she
Got
has a
you.
question, I'll ask. So I have those two that I
Uh-huh.
like all constantly like contact, or we'll support each other on social media. Like if she posts something, I'll like it, I'll comment, I'll share, vice versa for both of them. So
Got
those are
you.
kind of like my go-to, shall I
Got you.
say.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Sisters working together to
Yes.
keep it running. We need each other. That connection. We need that. So that's beautiful. I'm glad you shared that.
Thank
So when
you.
you also mentioned a point that is, I think is very important, which is that we have to wear all the hats in the business when we're just getting started most of the time. Right now, at this current time, as small businesses are growing, the fastest growing sector is Black woman-owned small businesses.
Hmm.
So, knowing that fact, I know that there are a lot of Black women out there doing it all themselves, because when you first start your business, we don't have that access to the bank funds, the loans. We
Nope.
work really hard to try to get those grants, but inevitably we have to start it with whatever money we have and try to keep it going. And we don't have the funds to hire people to, manage our social media, manage our
Yep.
marketing, manage this and write the grants for us. So we have to do it all ourselves. So in knowing that, and also knowing that running the business is not the only thing we do, we also have families, we have
Hmm.
jobs, we have everything else going on. I am very adamant about us also being aware of our wellness, our holistic
Yes.
wellness, our mental health, our physical health, spiritual, and emotional health. Because if we run ourselves down, then there's nobody left to do anything.
Nope.
So thinking about all that we do and have to manage and joke on, like you said, we have to educate ourselves, either from YouTube, Facebook,
Yep.
however, the best way we can to figure this all out.
Yep.
On top of just the usual social mess that we deal with, what do you do to make sure that you stay grounded and you take care of your mental and your spiritual wellness? What are some of the practices that you use or the resources you use?
Excuse me.
No problem.
Oh, I take days where I don't do anything. Like I have no problems just putting my excuse me, putting my
No
phone
problem.
down. Yeah. Give me 1 second.
No problem. So what is it
So,
that you do for your mental and spiritual wellness?
so I will take a time. I will literally just won't do anything. Like on the weekends, I'll be like, okay, I'm not doing this right now. I'll go in the room or I'll go up front. I'll tell my husband, my kids, I'm not doing anything right now. I'm gonna watch my shows.
Uh-huh.
And like my husband, he's really good. He'll be like, oh, kids, mom's in her mood again. She's not doing anything. Let's go. And they'll go outside because they love to go outside. So that's
Ah,
like my time to like just do nothing,
right.
catch up on some shows I like.
Uh-huh.
I'll if I don't feel like doing it, I won't do it. Like if I feel
Gotcha.
like I'm tired and I can feel like the flow and the process, the creating process is not clicking, I'll
Right.
be like, okay, let me just step back for a moment. Let me just
Mm.
try this another day. Because you can
Ah,
feel when that
yes.
creativity is not flowing.
Yes.
Sometimes we try to keep going, and it's like, it's not
Yes.
working.
Yes.
That's just making you more tired, trying to think something of what you need to do or what to put here or there. And
Right.
that just means you just need to stop, take a break,
Yes.
put it down, go outside if you need to, go watch some TV to like clear your mind so you're not
Mm.
your brain is not working. Giving that brain a reset is what it to me that's what it means. And
Yes.
I have those moments all the time and I've learned to just stop.
Mm.
Like, okay, let me just stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it does come, then I'll leave open my voice recorder in my phone and I'll say, okay, this idea just came in my mind. I'll record it. Or I'll open my notes and I'll type it up really quick in the notes section and then I'll have it for later. So like if those
Yes.
thoughts do come as I'm taking a break, that doesn't mean you got to go, oh, let me go back to work. No, just
Yes.
take a note, have a notebook, use your phone, whatever, make a mental note of it, record it on your phone, and then go back to what you're doing. To me, that just means your mind is resetting. The break you're taking is working. So keep breaking.
Ah.
It's okay to take a break. It's okay to say
Ah.
no.
Ah. I love that. You're gonna help a lot of people with what you just said because we are so conditioned to think, especially as business owners, when you hear about the grind, just got to keep going. We're so conditioned to ignore what our body is saying to us.
Yep.
So when our body is telling us you're tired, you need to go lay down, we instead want to say, no, but I can get this done. I got so much to
Yep.
do. I could just, why should I be laying down? I'm gonna miss something. When your body tells you your creativity is not flowing right now, I need a rest. Your brain is telling you that. We feel like, well, we're supposed to just push through and figure something out, and or we're failing, as
Yep.
opposed to your point, go take a break, let it refresh, and then come back. And
Yep.
even, and I love how you say, even if something comes to you while you're relaxing, don't stop relaxing. Just write down a note and keep relaxing, because that means what you're doing is working. It doesn't mean stop it and jump back in.
Yep.
It means continue to take that time, be intelligent enough to recognize that it's working. You shouldn't stop it, let it
Yep.
keep working, get your rest out, and then go back to it. Because
And that
then what you create and what you give is going to be so much more valuable, of
yep.
such a higher quality than when you were wiped out and still trying to go, 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 go. You know.
And I must say, some of my best ideas have come with me just doing nothing.
Yes.
Like I'll be in the shower.
Yes, yes.
And all of a sudden I'll be in there like talking to myself.
Yes.
And I'll be like, oh, wait a minute. That sounded really good. Like something will pop in my head and I'll talk it through. And I'll get out really quick and I'll try to write it down or record it or whatever.
Right, right.
So I don't forget it. Or if I'm sleeping, I'll have thoughts in my head as I'm sleeping.
Uh-huh.
So it's like those are like the best moments because your mind is at ease.
Yes.
It can actually start creating and thinking the best ideas and flowing. And so yeah, I have no problems saying no,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
whether it's in business or with my kids.
Good.
Like even my kids, they'll come to me and they'll be like, "Mommy, mommy." I'll say, "You walk right past your dad."
Uh.
They come to me.
Right.
I say, "Go back and tell your dad." So I use
Wonderful.
that in both business and in personal life.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Just say no, take a break.
Yes.
I
Yes,
have 3
definitely.
kids and a husband,
Uh-huh.
and I
In a
work
business.
as a business, and I'm a full-time educator. So
See.
I have learned to like just step away and say no. Because before I
Right.
would try to do everything,
Right.
and it's like you're running yourself raggedy
Yes.
doing it.
Yes. Yes. I like to say
Hey,
you have to fill your cup. You have to fill your cup to overflowing first and then give others what's
yep,
overflowing, but you need to be full first because you
yep.
can't give anything from an empty cup.
And
So
I
I
feel
love
like
that.
that comes just from our upbringing.
Yes.
Like we always seen our mom do everything, or
Yes.
our dad if our mom wasn't in the picture, or grandma or aunt,
Right.
or like a relative who's taking care of us. They did everything,
Yes.
no matter what it was. They worked,
Right.
they kept the house clean, they took us to basketball practice, baseball practice, wherever we needed to go. And we're just so used to seeing that we probably didn't see when they took their moments.
Right.
That's
Right.
why they were in the bathroom so long. Now I
Right.
understand
Yes.
why they were in the bathroom so long. Because that's
Yes.
your break, your
Right.
me time. So
Right.
I just say, whether it's in business or in life, take those 10 minutes or 15 minutes
Right.
and just take a moment to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever makes you relax, whether it's
Right.
listening to music, dancing, reading a book, going for a walk, watching your favorite show, taking
Right.
a bubble bath, whatever. Sitting in the bathroom with the door locked.
Right.
Just
For some
do it.
solitude.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
Just do
however
it.
you need to get it.
Yes.
It is necessary. I so agree with you. It is necessary, and we're often not given that right, or we're often made to feel guilty when we
Yep.
own that right. But you know, and it's such a complex thing in our culture that it seems so simple and so basic that a human being should have time to themselves, that a human being should have space to just breathe and think and imagine and rest. It
Yep.
seems so naturally basic, but in our culture, it's like something we have to break out and make happen,
Yep.
because it's not naturally occurring.
Mm-mm.
We have to own it and create it and make it happen. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. So,
Not at all.
yes, so I love that. How would you change, or how has your industry changed, or has it changed since you started your business? I know some industries have changed, especially from pre and post COVID. Um, has your industry changed any because of that process?
Um, I would say as far as the candle industry, I do see a lot more brands that are trying to include us.
Yes.
Especially one in particular that tried it. Was it like two years ago? During the whole Black History Month, they came out with their like little candles with the little this diaspora design.
Yeah.
So I saw that. So I was like, okay. So I see where you're trying to go with that.
Right.
Not in a good place, but
right.
I see it.
Right.
But I think it's becoming more evident that candles and great smelling, long-lasting candles that have high quality ingredients can be purchased from people other than these big brand companies.
Right.
So I think people are becoming more aware of that. Like, oh, let me see where else I can go to get something that's not on the market that actually is high quality.
Right. Right.
So I think if anything, that's been the biggest change, is that people are more aware of the small business candle brands.
Gotcha. Other options out there.
Yeah.
So have you had when you're thinking about how your business has, your business journey from when you first started 3 years ago to now, what has been your marketing focus as far as growing your market? Because we know you have to do it all yourself. You're wearing all the hats. So did you intentionally put in place like a marketing campaign? I want to grow this many followers on Instagram, or I want this many people to comment on Facebook. Did you design a plan, or how's that process going for you?
So when it comes to that, I don't really have a process. I kind of look more so at the how can I call it? Like the results of like just my social media posts in general, the insights, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
And just see like, okay, this demographic is seeing my posts more, or this group of genders, maybe male or female, are seeing this post more, or this age range is seeing it more. So I kind of go through that.
Okay.
And I also just kind of like go through my customer base that I have now. And just kind of see, okay, most of my customers are in Texas, so let me make my ads focus more on Texas, or focus on the Houston area, or the Tyler, Texas area, this, or Alabama, or here or there. Because I know that's where like the majority of my customer base is.
Okay.
So, just trying to start small, because word of mouth is everything. So if I can get this region who may have family in another region who I haven't hit yet, they can, go on my website, see it, and then how Facebook, they love to show you whatever you just clicked on 10 seconds ago, it pops up in your Facebook feed. So if they go on my website and then they go on Facebook, they'll see my ads, and then that'll, bring them in more. So it's mostly like going by customer base, but also budget wise. As well. So that's how I kind of do my marketing.
So you look at what's working, what's picking up the most traffic for you, and you invest more your energy into that, and then you allow word of mouth from your current customers to help spread it for you. Wonderful.
Yes.
So what would you say on your entrepreneur journey that you like most about being a business owner, and what do you like least about being a business owner?
What I like most is actually seeing people enjoy my product.
Okay.
Like actually talking about it, leaving reviews, seeing their first impressions. They, smell a candle, or when they first meet us, they're like, "Oh, I've never heard of you before. I'm so happy I found you." Like that excitement they get from seeing, oh, a brand that actually is for them, that they
Yes.
can
Yes.
relate to. That's
Yes.
like the biggest thing, is knowing that what I'm making is a great high quality product that people enjoy
Right.
and they actually like.
Mm-hmm.
I know that what I'm doing is not wasting time, shall
Right.
I say.
Right.
The least thing I would say is, I don't know. I don't know if I have a least thing.
Ah, okay. You don't have to have one. That's all right. Are there any resources? I know you spoke about using Facebook and YouTube, but are
Uh,
there any other resources that you've utilized in your business that you think may be helpful to other business owners that made a difference for you in your business?
I definitely use Canva
Okay.
to
And
create my post,
okay.
like my content. That
Mm-hmm.
has been a lifesaver
Mm-hmm.
because of the templates that they have. And then you just add your logo or your brand colors, your font choice. You can take
Uh-huh.
stuff away, add stuff to it. So that has been a huge resource of mine.
Got
And
you.
the $12.95 is worth it. So if people are like, "Oh, I don't want to pay, I'll keep
Right.
it free," it's $13 a
Right.
month, and you
Right.
get a plethora of other things that you can use. So I
Right.
say, pay the $13 and enjoy it.
Right.
It's
Right.
it's it's like 50 cents
Right.
basically.
Uh-huh.
Um, Another resource would be, I actually just recently got a email marketing person. Her name is
Okay.
Sade,
Uh-huh.
and she does my emails for me.
Okay.
I've had her since, I want to say, March, and she's a lifesaver because
Okay.
now I don't have to worry about creating emails, scheduling them, and sending them out. Because
Okay.
as we know, emails are a huge part of running a business
Yes.
because it keeps the customer in contact with you. It lets them know what's going on with you, and they don't forget you.
Right.
That's the
Right.
huge thing. Because
Right.
before I was doing it, but then you slack, and then it's like
Uh-huh.
another job that I had
Yes.
to do.
Yes.
So she's been a lifesaver. It's Soné and Co
Okay.
on Facebook. I'm sorry, on Instagram,
Okay.
and she does weekly emails for me.
Oh, nice.
So they go out every week. She has different plans for
Okay.
you. She schedules them. She sends you the proof for you to go over. She's just like a huge lifesaver in that
Wonderful.
part.
Wonderful.
Another resource I had is Studio Maxwell, and it's a husband and wife. It's Black owned. They're both
Uh-huh.
Black owned actually, which is like my
Wonderful.
main
Yes.
focus.
Mine too.
Yeah. So they have their own. It's kind of like a product photography, videography, content creation business where they take photos for you or they do videos
Okay.
for you,
Okay.
and you just send them your products, and they have different packages, different plans for you to choose. They're out of Texas. They just started, I think, like a year ago with this, and they've worked with some big brands.
Okay.
Um, and their products are like beautiful. Their photos are beautiful. So I've used them also.
Okay.
And that's another time saving task that I don't have to worry about
Got you.
in
Got
my
you.
business. So with those two additional resources I've had, it's like giving me a lot more time to actually think of, okay, what other product could I add to our business? Or what other candle could I add? Or it just frees my mind up from that
Right.
extra.
Got you. Got you. Yes, yes. Because
So yeah.
any extra space it's going to be utilized. So
Yes.
it helps to. I was talking with. Well, let me ask you this first. What is what is your big dream for your business? Where do you see your business 5 years from now? Because some of us start our businesses and we want it to remain something that we can be hands-on with. It's like it's more of an expression and a hobby that we make
Yes.
some money from. Some of us start businesses and we want it to grow to a certain size so that it's something that replaces our current work income is one thing. It leaves a legacy for our kids is another thing, or it gets so big enough that we can eventually sell it and just retire from it. So we are allowed to have all those different dreams for our business. So what is your vision for your business?
So mine would be the second one you mentioned, which is to become full time,
Mm-hmm.
replacing my current income where I can do it on my time. I would
Gotcha.
love to have a retail location
Uh-huh.
and nothing like major, just like a nice little boutique almost
Got you.
where customers can come in, they can smell,
Uh-huh.
purchase, and I could host candle making events there as
Uh-huh.
well. So
Okay.
they can actually make their candles. They can have like a girls' night. They can have a
Right.
bachelorette day,
Uh-huh.
or they can have like a Sunday brunch and candles.
Uh-huh.
So that's like my ultimate goal.
Okay.
And then if I could open another location and
Mm-hmm.
have someone like run that, that would be wonderful.
Got you.
And also just to show my three kids that, oh, well, I can come up with an idea and have it be successful and make me money. I don't have to go the normal route, which
Right.
is like college, because
Right.
college is not for everyone. Like,
Right.
granted, I went to college, but there are people who didn't go to college and they're very successful.
Yes.
I want to
Yes.
give them that other option with this business. And I kind of like that's like the reason why I named it JJL because it stands for my three kids, Jalen, Julian, and
Ah.
Lenny.
Uh-huh.
So they have a piece of it as well. And they've seen mommy work the back end. Like they've seen me make candles. My daughter has actually put the wicks in the jars for me with the stickers.
Uh-huh.
My boys have actually like helped me pack candles or unpack materials or
Uh-huh.
like clean out vessels for our wholesaler. Like they've seen me do this stuff. They know mommy does pop-ups. Like
Uh-huh.
they know what pop-ups are.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of want to just like make it to where it's a something I enjoy doing full time, my own time, not working for anyone else, supplementing the income I have to where I don't have to work, but also living in a comfortable
Got you.
and then having a place where it's my own, where people can come in, meet the owner, smell the candles, see what we have, and have a place where they can make candles if they
Mm.
want.
That sounds wonderful.
Thank you.
Sounds wonderful.
Now, if I get in a retail store, that would be a bonus.
Got it.
That would be a big bonus.
Okay. So you're at the 3 year mark and the challenge for most businesses is making it to 5 years and beyond. So you're over halfway there. So Kudos for you.
Thank you.
So, what are three important things you feel that we as Black women business owners should manage or be aware of when tending to our business and our well-being? And we might have covered some of these in our previous conversations, but if you could just like bring them together, if you had to say three important things we should keep in mind through our business journey, what would those be?
The first one is before you even start the business journey is if you have a brand that you know you want to pursue or create, trademark it.
Ah, I love that.
Because you may have this wonderful idea that blows up, becomes popular. Someone else sees it. They see how popular it is. They go do a little Google search for trademark because they know about trademarks and you didn't. They see, oh, she hasn't trademarked this. Let me put in my application.
Uh-huh.
Next thing you know, you're getting a letter that says you can no longer use this name.
Oh, wow.
So you've taken all your ideas, all this time, created this popular, amazing brand that everyone loves, only to have it taken away from you because you didn't do that one step.
Okay.
Now, mind you, my brand just got trademarked last year.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I was blessed and lucky enough to have a name where no one had trademarked yet.
Right.
But if I would have known about it, I would have trademarked it in the beginning stages.
Got it. Got it.
So that way I wouldn't have this whole
How the
problem.
risk. Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So that I would definitely say that would be one thing in the business journey is to
Okay.
trademark it and make sure you choose a name that's not already trademarked.
Okay.
Because if you do and it's in the same category, then you can't use it.
Got it.
And I had to learn that the hard way because one of my logo, well my how can I say it? It's not the logo, but it's like the wording, like you know how McDonald's has da 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 da.
Yes, yes.
I'm loving it. So mine was candles for the culture.
Ah,
It wasn't my brand name. It was just something we used
right.
because it related to what we were about. And I got contacted from a lawyer for that brand who actually used it. Just because there was one thing that was different
Uh-huh.
between her and mine, I couldn't use it.
Wow.
Which is why I also had to change one of my candle names too, because it had for the culture.
Uh-huh.
And because it was in that category, I couldn't use that either. So
Got it.
I learned, okay, let me see what this trademark is all about.
Right.
God forbid it would have been the name, then I would have had to
Right.
do a whole new thing.
Right.
So definitely trademark, check your name to make sure it's not trademarked before you spend all this time in your business and investing all this money into something that could potentially be taken away or you have to start over anyways.
Got you. So when you did your trademark, because you were saying that your tagline for your
Yes.
brand, you had to change it. So when you
Yes.
did your trademark, did you trademark your name in a new tagline or just your name?
I just did the name and I took the tagline off
Got
automatically.
you. Got you.
And it kind of works out because you still get an essence of what we are
Definitely.
without even having a tagline.
Right.
So, and I think I was just doing a tagline just because, oh, let me do a tagline.
Right.
Like, not even thinking about why do I actually have a tagline.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I was like, no, I'll just do my brand name and that's it. So
Okay.
the second thing in this business journey is to make sure you research.
Okay.
Um, don't just go in thinking, oh, let me make this lip gloss let me just throw this in here, this in here, this in here,
Right.
and sell it. No, like, what did you do? Why did you add this ingredient? Why not this ingredient? Why did you come up with this brand or this concept or this business? Like, have an idea, research what you want to do, and don't just put anything together.
Got it.
Because you're gonna flop if
Got
you
it.
do. Because you put out a bad product, you're gonna get bad reviews.
Right.
And those bad reviews are not gonna help your business. And you're gonna have to start all over again.
Yes. Got it.
And I don't mean bad reviews like, oh, they didn't respond back to me in 48 hours. Like, not that. I'm talking about like this product, I put it on and it made my lips turn green, or it made my
Right.
lips drier than what I started with.
Right. Right.
Like, you gotta research and test out your product on yourself. Like, I would give candles to like family members and have them test it out and see, okay, where could you smell it at? Could you smell it from here to here? Or could you only smell it when you walk by it? So that way I
Wow.
knew, okay, let me go back and tweak some things.
Got it.
So yeah,
I
that's
like
what I
that.
would say.
Right. Okay.
The last one is to take a break when you need it. Like, if you need to stop, just stop. If you see something's not working, stop, rethink it, go back, try again. Or if there's something you don't like, then change it. Like, it's okay to change something in your business. That change could be actually for the better.
Yes, yes.
And nobody's really going to remember it.
Right. Right.
Like, they'll just think, oh, this is something new. They're not gonna remember it. They're not gonna pay attention to
Right.
it.
No, nobody's looking over your shoulder judging you. It's just you in your head thinking,
Yes.
But yes.
Yes.
So I love that. Be flexible to change.
Yes.
All right.
Change is good in your
Wonderful.
business.
Wonderful.
So
we
yeah.
have get your trademark, do your research, and be flexible to change.
Yep.
Wonderful. Now I want to go back to the trademark for a minute because that's a very important point. How did you go about doing your trademark? Did you do it yourself, just going on the U.S. trademark website? Did you hire someone? Because I've seen some attorneys advertise, especially on Instagram, for doing trademarks. So what was your route?
I did it myself. I mean, I don't promote you doing it yourself. I just say do what's comfortable for you. So if you feel like doing it yourself, then go for it. If you feel more comfortable paying an actual trademark lawyer, then go for it. If you're going to pay someone, make sure it's an actual trademark lawyer and not like these flyby advertisements that come up across your feed.
Very good point. Very good point.
Like, actually do a trademark lawyer that actually has experience and their specialty is trademarking.
Right.
So that way you know it's got to get done correctly.
Right.
So, but I personally did it myself. And I was just lucky enough that the name I had wasn't already trademarked. It took a year from application to actual being registered. But I'm glad I did it.
Okay. So it took a year for the processing to be concluded?
Yep.
Okay.
And from what I was seeing, I think it's because a lot of people were trademarking. When I did it, it was around that time that everybody was creating their businesses, and
yes,
I think that's
so
why
they
it
were
took so long.
busy. Yes, yes, got you. Okay, good point.
So yeah,
good point. So I love that. So if you're going to get a trademark professionally, make sure you're using a trademark lawyer or attorney as opposed to just anyone,
Yeah.
because the challenge may be the pricing, because what attorney would charge you is going to be a lot more than you just doing it on your by yourself. They're going to charge you their fee plus what it costs to register. When you do
Yeah.
it for yourself, you're just paying what it costs to register. So if you're
And
going to pay that extra fee, you do, I agree, you do want to make sure it's an attorney that specializes in trademarks, so you're getting the bang for your buck.
and
Very good.
from what I found, because there were a few that I followed, like trademark lawyers,
Yes.
and the price includes, like, they do the application, they do the search for you. If anything comes back like wrong or needs to be fixed, they do all that for you. I think they also, like, check on your trademark, make sure no one's using it. If someone is, they send out like a cease and desist letter.
Got it.
You get a official letter that says your registration number and all this. So I mean, it's good because they do all that for you. So you're not the one who's actually, like, if something does come back, then you would be the one that has to fix it.
Got it.
So in that aspect, I would say if you don't want to have to deal with that, then go with a trademark lawyer. If you want to take a risk and do it yourself,
or if you can't afford it at this time,
yeah,
and you need to do it yourself, then later on you can get a trademark lawyer to overlook what you did and make
yeah,
sure it's still good, and follow up on it, because sometimes we have to do it the way we can now
yep,
and then advance it later. So I agree
yeah.
with
Because it's from when I did it, it's $250 per category. So, like,
right.
let's say you wanna be trademarked in candles and apparel. Well, that's
Ah,
$250 for each one, because
okay.
they're not in the same class code, is what they call it. So
Got
you
it.
have to pay $500
Got it.
for it.
Okay.
So, but I mean, the lawyer that I follow on Instagram, I think she's out of Atlanta. She's black. She's a black woman.
Uh-huh.
And it's the Biz Lawyer, like BIZ Lawyer is her
Uh-huh.
Instagram name.
Uh-huh.
I think her business is her actual name. So if
Got it.
you want to see what they offer, she's
Yes.
what I would follow. And she's
Wonderful.
always promoting, like, her packages she has, and, like, she'll even show you why you need it with her posts, because whatever's happening in the real world,
Right.
she'll, like, compare,
Got
and
it.
she'll say, see what happens when such and such did this, or such and such are fighting, like,
Got
who
it.
gets, like, so she kind
Right.
of shows you why you need it
Uh-huh.
without actually being like, you need this, you need that.
Got it. Got it. She provides proof that's
Yes.
relative going on right now. Sounds good. I love that resource you gave. So that's another great resource for our listeners. I also want to hit on, before we wrap up, you have a couple of events, a couple of local events coming up
Yes.
this month. It's November 1st today, so this month.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about those, or tell us, where those are, the dates, and where we can find you there.
So my first event is November 17th, and it's the Women of Coconut Creek. It's their fall harvest festival that they do every year. And it
Okay.
is at the Sable Palm Park from
Okay.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay.
And it's like a whole plethora of vendors that'll be out there. And it's just a time for, like, you to get your last minute gifts, or to see if there's any things you may want to pick up. You just get, like, resources and ideas from all the vendors that are out there.
Right. And we're talking
Next,
Coconut Creek, Florida.
yeah, sorry, Coconut Creek, Florida. The next one is Queendom's Marketplace, and that will be in the Sunrise Wellness Center in Plantation, Florida. And again, it's from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And it's actually curated by a Black-owned business, a woman business. Her business is Bella Waist by Kathy. She does waist beads. but
Okay.
she puts this on for Black businesses. It's her
Okay.
way of like giving back to the community, so we
Uh-huh.
can see all these amazing small businesses that are in the Broward County, Palm Beach area.
Wonderful.
And then the last one I have is November 25th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it's the Delta Sigma Theta's Shop Small Business Saturday. Again, they do it every year, and it's at the Joseph C. Carter Park in Lauderhill, Florida, I believe it is.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Um,
Wonderful.
so it'll be in the gymnasium at the park.
Got it. Beautiful. Love those.
And,
So guys,
and that's all small businesses that are in the area.
nice. Nice. All right. So we've gotten a lot of great information from you. Before we close out, I like to end with asking just a couple of fun questions
Okay.
because we've gotten to know the business mindset for you. We want to know a little bit of the
Okay.
personal part of you. So let me start with this. What was your favorite childhood game?
My favorite childhood game was there's two. It was
Okay.
dodgeball
Uh-huh.
and it's called Can. So if you're not from like Broward, like my area,
Uh-huh.
it's basically you take two soda cans,
Uh-huh.
you smash them, you
Uh-huh.
put them on the end, and then you take like a basketball or something and you try to like hit each other's can and you get a point. Whoever gets the most points win. If you flip the can, then you get like 2 points. So it's like,
Ah.
how back in the day we had to be very creative.
Yes. Yes.
That was that was like a creative game. So dodgeball, can, and it might be a different name for it, but I just called it can.
Okay.
And hopscotch would be my third one.
Ah, yes, I love hopscotch. Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
May he rest in peace, Tupac Shakur.
Ah, okay. What is your favorite latest book or movie?
My favorite latest movie, I would have to say, maybe somebody's different opinion, but The Blackening. Um, I just liked it because it was funny but real at the same time.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Like you could connect to what they were doing and
Right.
saying in it, but it was also funny.
Got it.
So I know a lot of people thought it was like, oh, this is not funny. This was silly. But I personally enjoyed it.
Got it. Good for you. What is your favorite season of the year? Your favorite time of the year?
Winter.
Ah,
I
nice.
love winter. Decorating the house, Christmas decorations,
Yes.
just that feeling of the holidays are here.
Yes.
The semi cool weather that we get
Right.
here in South Florida.
Right.
Not a
That we're
lot,
getting
but you get
right.
something. That's my favorite time. Thanksgiving/winter.
Yes, me too. If you could have a conversation with anyone from the past, who would it be and what would you want to talk about?
Um, like just past in general, whether I know them or not.
Exactly.
Um, from the past, I'd probably say, hmm, maybe Maya Angelou,
Okay.
just to kind of get a sense of how and why she wrote the poems that she did.
Uh-huh.
Cause and like especially like I know why the birdcage sings.
Yes.
Like where did she get the confidence to write that
Mm, got
and to
it.
share that with the world?
Right. Right.
So yeah, I think her.
Love it. Love it. Beautiful. Well, we've come to the close. I want to thank you so much for your time, for being so grateful to share your journey with us and all the great resources that you gave us, all the great
Thank you.
information, all the gems you shared. I love and I hope our listeners, I'm sure it came through the passion you have for what you do and why you do it, the intention you put into it, and the lovely products you produce. But we
Thank
always,
you. Thank you
but
for
we,
having me.
oh, you are so welcome. It was such a pleasure. We always want to wish you the greatest success. We wish that your most beautiful dreams come true and that you grow in the capacity to receive them all.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank
Be
you. This was
well.
fun.
Great. So be well and enjoy the rest of your day.
You as well.
Thank you.